Good morning or afternoon, everyone. This is Mr. Smith, and I wanted to go over your AMI Day 20. I have cut and pasted it onto a Paint document so that we can do this a little interactively. So here's your two questions up here at the top, and it says, here is an area diagram of a rectangle. Now, I do want to point out I have made a mirror problem here, so this problem is not the exact one on your sheet. This information in the words is, the sentence stems are the same. I have just changed your diagram over here for what we're going to be finding area with. If you notice mine's color coded, hopefully that will help you to gain a little more clarity when we're going through this today. So number one wants you to find the lengths of W, X, Y, and Z and the area of A. So when I look at this, this is just a simple rectangle. It appears that I have four other rectangles inside here, and then we have areas for the different pieces what's inside the larger rectangle. So this smaller rectangle has an area of 20 units squared. This smaller rectangle has an area of 40 units squared. This one is 16 units squared. What they want us, and we do not know the area of the white box here that's labeled A. What they want us to do is find how long this side is here for X. They want us to find how long W is, how long Y, and how long Z are. One thing I thought would be helpful for you if you're drawing this out yourself is that we could also label these sides over here. So since this side over here is W, that means that this spot here is also going to be W. Okay. That means that if this side here, if this line from here to here is X, that means that this right here is also going to be X. If this is Y up here, that means this little section right here is also going to be Y. And then down here as well. This line under here is going to be Z. All right, so now that we know that this is W, this is X, Z, and Y, just like the opposite sides, I think that's going to help make this to be a little bit easier. So when we're finding the side lengths, here's what I wanted you to think about, because this is what we do know. They want us to find the area of this white box, which I've labeled A, just like you have on your rectangle. I know that the way to find area is by multiplying length times width. So I have my area formula here. So for each one of these boxes, they've multiplied two numbers, a length and a width, to find the area. So I know that the area of the red box is 20, the green box is 16, and the orange box is 40. So I could experiment with some numbers over here to figure out what am I multiplying the length times the width to get 20, the length times the width to get 16, and the length times the width to get 40. And I think that's going to help me to find my area for letter A. All right, so to start off with, what I like to think about are some ways that I can make 20. For instance, I know that if I'm trying to make 20, I could multiply 10 and 2. I also know that I could multiply 5 and 4. There's a lot of different ways to do this. For this one, I'm just going to use 10 and 2, and I'll show you why here in a minute. So 10 times 2 is 20, so the area of the red box here is 20, and that would be accurate. Let's go down here to the green box. Two numbers that I could think of that I could use for X and Y could be 8 and 2, 4 and 4. For this example, I'm going to use 4 and 4. Okay? So right now I'm just kind of guessing because I know that 4 times 4 is 16 and 2 times 10 is 20. And then for my last one, I went with 10 times 2 up here for the 20, so I'm going to go with 10 times 4 this time. And I'll tell you why I did that here in just a second. All right, so now I've got all of my multiplication area problems completed and they're accurate, 10 times 4 is 40, 4 times 4 is 16, and 10 times 2 is 20, I need to use these numbers to help me figure out what A is. So here's what I do know. If I'm saying that one of these, either Z or W, is 10, because remember the length and the width have to be represented, it looks like to me that Z would more likely be 10. So if I'm going to say that, I can plug in a 10 here. Okay. And then if I'm going to say that W was 2, because we said 10 times 2 is 20 to get the area of this rectangle to be 20, that really means W needs to be 20. And since this W is 20, this W over here, I said 20, I meant 2, also has to be 2. So we're going to say W is 2. All right. Now, when we go down here to the green box, we said that we multiplied 4 times 4, the length times the width, to get 16, and 4 times 4 is 16, so that means X and Y would both have to be 4. Okay, it looks like we have all of our numbers. Oh, tell you what, I'm going to erase that and do that one more time, because that one didn't show up very nicely, did it? I want to make my numbers a little bit larger too. There we go. That actually looks a little bit better. We said X and Y were 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. Remember, I'm just thinking about two numbers, a length and a width, that I can use to make my answer, because I already have the area. I'm trying to back into the answer here. And then the last one, I've already assigned values for all these. W equals 2, X equals 4, Y equals 4, and Z equals 10. So would 10 times 4 equal 40? It would, absolutely. Well, we actually have all our variables assigned now. So what do we need to find the area of A? We need the length and the width. So if we use the length of Y, well, let me get this. There we go. If we use the length in the place of the Y says it's 4, and our W is 2. So really what we're saying here is the area equals what 4 times 2 is, which is 8. So the area of A would be 8, right there. So we have solved what W, X, Y, and Z could equal. Now, are there different versions of this problem that could potentially be accurate? Absolutely, because we talked about a minute ago that other numbers that we could multiply together to make 20. For example, we could say 4 times 5 equals 20. We said that we could also multiply 8 times 2 to get 16. And one that I can think of right off the bat to make 40 is 20 times 2. Now, I don't know if these will work as exactly like our numbers did, but for number 2, what you're going to be trying to do is you're going to try to find I want you to find another set of links that will work. How many possibilities are there? Remember, this is my example. Here are some other examples of numbers that would work to get these areas of 20, 16, and 40. On your example, your numbers are a little bit different, but I've gone through here and already looked at these previously. and I can think of several ways that I can make 24. For instance, I know that I could multiply 2 times 12 to make 24. I know that I could multiply 6 times 4 to make 24. So which side would be 4, which side would be 6, or which side would be 12, and which side would be 2? Think of all the ways that you can make these numbers by multiplying a length times a width. I can think of at least 2 ways to make 18 by multiplying 2 numbers right now. And I can think of one way, just right off the top of my head without thinking too much, how to make 72. All right. I hope this video has been helpful. Let me go back to my sheet here. I hope this video has been helpful. I've shown you how I found W, X, Y, and Z just through experimenting with the numbers and trying to find multiples that I could use to combine to create the area of 20, 16, and 40. And I showed you some alternate ways to also create that for answering number 2. All right. If you will just keep these things in mind when you're solving the activities for day 20. And like I said, your numbers aren't too difficult. Go back and look at any of the videos that you need, and please make sure you reach out to your teachers if you need any help. Mr. Smith, Miss Barnes, Miss Head, Miss Shaw, Miss Sturr, and Miss Lucas. And hey, Mr. Cooper needs some love too. So if you he would love to hear from some kiddos. So please reach out to him if you're needing help as well. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to hearing from you. Please leave some comments on the YouTube page and leave a like if this helped you out, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.